first and most important practice routine suggestion is slowing things down. You need to slow the music down to a tempo that you can handle. At the end of this video, there is 2 little sub videos that show you how to slow things down on YouTube and how to use the app, the Amazing Slow Downer, to import music and slow it down with that app. Both of these are very useful ways of doing it, but if you're just a beginner or sort of intermediate kind of improviser, the Amazing Slow Downer may not be the investment that you need. You might just be able to get everything you need from YouTube. So what's going to happen when you slow music down listening to it? You will begin to perceive it at that tempo instead of the tempo that you've been listening to. That will help you to slow it down because now you can actually see how the music is slowing down. I like to use the analogy of jump ropers. So if there's 3 people jumping rope, 2 swinging the rope on the side, the person jumping into the rope should probably jump into the rope with their eyes opened so that they can see how fast the rope is going. So if you can only see the rope at this fast tempo and you're not able to intellectually slow it down on your own, using the device like YouTube or the Amazing Slow Downer to actually slow the music down so that you can feel it and sense it at that tempo is super, super helpful. Be sure to use those apps. The next thing that I want to talk about with slowing music down is the practical side of it that I've seen as a teacher. I see a lot of beginner guitar players come in and we're trying to play melodies like Ode to Joy or Aureli, which is Love Me Tender, or something like that. And the musician that I'm teaching is trying to play the tempo of the tune at like around 120, we'll say. They're trying to go too fast. The problems that they're having are the problems that we all have when we try to go too fast. They have coordination issues, missing notes, and because of those coordination issues, they begin to forget where they're at in the tune. They get lost on the page, or they get lost in the memorization of what they have down, and it just is not successful. They weren't able to completely play the melody from beginning to end, rhythmically consistent, and playing the correct notes. So then I will take them and instead of going at 120, I will slow them down and make them go around 60, 70, or 80, and then speed them up gradually. Once I have sped them up gradually, they will actually be able to go past the tempo of 120 and sometimes go as fast as 140 or 160. Let's say they spent 3 days during the week practicing their guitar for 45 minutes a day, and they spent 10 minutes a day on this melody. So that's 30 minutes that they did, but they still were unsuccessful at playing it from beginning to end for me. And in the lesson, in less than 10 minutes, I took them from 60 to a faster tempo in less than 10 minutes. So it's counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you do have to slow music down to be able to learn it faster. Now, the other thing about this that you need to understand as a beginner, all musicians deal with this as a problem. Even musicians like me who've been playing for 30 years, I still struggle sometimes with picking my guitar up and trying to go too fast. My theories about that and why that happens, one that's kind of a harsh criticism, is that we are all impatient. We all want to learn the songs as we hear them on the radio and what our favorite song, the way it feels. We want it to feel like that when we play it. But it's probably not practical for you to approach a difficult piece of music and try to play it at the tempo that everybody else is playing it immediately. Okay, that's probably not going to happen, but we want it to, so we're impatient. That's part of it. The other part of it is that our life pace is really fast paced, right? We get up in the morning, we're brushing our teeth, we're getting ready for school or work, we go to work, we interact with people all day, and then we come home and we're at this harried tempo, our pace is off, and we're trying to get our in a tempo where we can actually practice and study. So it's easy to see that when we're studying for a school for tests, we usually go somewhere and find a quiet place like a library or maybe our rooms or whatever, get the atmosphere relaxed, and we study to internalize. With music, it's the same way. We have to slow things down to get it at a pace that works for us. It's just one of those things that you're going to learn more and more about over time. Enjoy the 2 videos about the apps, and let's get on to the next practice routine. Alright, so we're going to go to the video. We have it open here. It's not playing. To the settings option here, this little bolt looking thing, click on it. Here we have playback speed. You can see that it's already set to normal. Let's click on this. These are the slower options, sort of preset slower options. These are the preset options for speeding up. Since we're looking at slowing down today, let's concentrate on these 3 options and the customization option. the customization bar will let you go down or up by 5s, so you can have a little bit more control over what tempo you're trying to listen to the music at. Okay, first let's listen to it at the normal tempo, then we'll slow it down. So here it is at the normal tempo.
Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots.
Very cool. Now let's take it and slow that about that little section. We'll go back it up to the same section, and let's choose one of our presets, the one that slows it down to 0.75.
Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots.
Okay, you can distinctly hear that it had slowed it down. Sounds pretty good. If you want to be more finite with your customization, you can. Let's take the customization bar and let's go up to 0.9 and have a listen to what that sounds like.
Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots.
That's obviously closer back to our 100% tempo, but let's go back to 100% with the playback speed. We're going to go back to what's labeled normal, and that'll get us back to our normal tempo. And let's hear that one more time, and we can call this video done.
Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots.
So there you have it. That's how you slow a video down in YouTube. You can also use that same option to speed the video up if you'd like. Remember to have fun. That's the most important thing, and enjoy your adventures in improvisation. Here's the amazing Slowdowner app. I'm going to click on it. This is the home page that comes up. I do not use the Spotify or Apple options. I create playlists for the things that I want to do to help myself stay organized. I have student playlists from my favorite artists, and playlists of tunes that I want to arrange. And all of these playlists I can download from my Apple iTunes streaming subscription. Now, if I try to import just into this home page for my streaming subscription, it is not going to work. So don't do that here. Create a playlist for yourself of what it is that you're learning so that you can be organized and efficient with your practice routines. So learning how to import a tune. So let's go over to a playlist. I'm going to click a playlist. I'll go into Allman Brothers. All right, so whipping post we'll do. So I click the plus button, then cancel, and done. And there's whip and post. So let's go in with whip and post and let's figure out how to create files. Okay, so let's say I want to create a file that starts right at the guitar solo. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead and find the guitar solo. That's where the solo starts, right there. And I'm going to hit this button to be able to start making files. I'm going to hit this button to create the beginning of the file right where the solo starts. All right, so there's Dwayne playing the solo on the studio album. So I have Dwayne as a file that's already created. I could go in and do individual guitar licks if I want to. That's normally how I do. So real quickly, when you own the tune, when you've paid for it through iTunes, not just streaming it, but when you've paid for it, you can alter the pitch as well, which is really useful if you're learning some Stevie Ray Vaughan, the opportunity to change the pitch up by a half step so you don't have to retune your guitar every time you want to practice. Remember to have fun with your improvisations and enjoy your practice routines. These little devices will help you be more efficient.